We've got some seats out front. No one likes to be the front of the class, but you're more than welcome to grab a seat if you wish. I promise I won't call on you. Thanks, Shelley. You're my star student. Good morning and welcome to Red River College. Isn't it great to be here to actually see people? This is our first in-person event in almost over a year, so we're very, very pleased that we could not only welcome you, but our EV Tundra Buggy to join us today. Good morning, my name is Dr. Christine Watson. I'm the Vice President, Academic and Research here at the college, and I'm very pleased to be your MC for today. We're celebrating today a fantastic partnership and a commitment to sustainability in Manitoba. I'd like to begin by acknowledging that Red River College is located on Treaty 1 territory, the traditional homelands of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji-Cree, Dakota, Dene, as well as the homeland of the Métis peoples. Red River College is committed to a renewed relationship and dialogue with First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples based on the principles of mutual trust, respect, and reciprocity. We respect the treaties that were made on these territories, and we dedicate ourselves to move forward in partnership with Indigenous communities in a spirit of reconciliation and collaboration. This morning, I'd like to invite Ms. Eunice Swan, Elder in Residence at Red River College, to request that she bless our event to ensure our project moves forward in a positive way. I invite Ms. Eunice to the podium, and I will present her with tobacco as a traditional way of inviting her and offering to give her blessing. Ms. Eunice, I offer you this tobacco and ask that you bless the people here and the project.
Okay, bonjour. My spirit name is Makadekaniukwe from the Turtle Clan, Contra Bear Spirit. Little people are my protectors. I just like to ask for a blessing. I ask that only the good grandfathers and grandmothers hear my prayers from all four directions. I ask for a blessing on this EV Tundra Buggy. I ask that it works as long as it's supposed to work, and I want to say thank you and bless all of the partnerships that made this happen. I ask for a blessing on each and every one of you here, as well as your children and your grandchildren. And I ask for a blessing on all the staff at Red River College and all of the students. And I just am very thankful to be here today and to be asked to do this blessing. It's a great honor. So I just ask for only good, positive things come out of all of these partnerships, and only good, positive, light-giving things, the things that are of light and things that are of love for this project. All my relations, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Una. It's always an honor to have our elders join us for these events, as they represent not only our history and the culture, but also the future and how we need to walk together delicately and gracefully by minding our relationship with the land and by minding the impacts of culture change or climate change, which is actually why we're here today, to promote and celebrate partnership that dedicates ourselves to sustainability in Canada. I'd like to welcome our distinguished guests today who are here to celebrate and who are partnering with us on today's announcement. The Honourable Sarah Guimard, Minister of Conservation and Climate for the Province of Manitoba, Nestor Dudek, Executive Director of the Vehicle Technology Centre, Ron Vanderwees, Program Director for the Vehicle Technology Centre, and John Gunter, President and CEO, Frontiers North Adventures, and the owner of EV Tundra Buggy. We're also proud to be joined by the Honorable John Reyes, Minister of Economic Development and Jobs, His Worship Mike Spence, the Mayor of Churchill, and Corey Young, Executive Director for the Town of Churchill. We're very happy to have you all here with us today to celebrate these partnerships. Please give them a round of applause. Today marks the first in-person announcement the college has held in more than a year, as I mentioned earlier. And while we're overjoyed to have you all in this space, I'm also providing a reminder that COVID protocols are in place to protect each other and the community. So as a housekeeping reminder, I'll ask that you maintain social distancing throughout the event and after the event, that you wear a mask at all times, including outdoors on campus, and that you ensure that you are sanitizing your hands as you go in and out of different spaces. Today, we're gathered in the Jan den Osten Vehicle Technology and Research Center. It's an applied research and training space under the umbrella of the Vehicle Technology and Energy Center, or as we like to call it, VTEC. Together, Red River College researchers, students, and industry partners work collaboratively to find solutions to real-world problems and challenges. And I would like to invite all of our faculty and applied research staff to please stand and wave and be recognized for their contributions to these partnerships. Thank you. For more than a decade, VTEC has supported Manitoba's heavy vehicle manufacturing sector, focusing on extreme weather testing and renewable and alternative fuel sources. With an increasing global focus on sustainable energy sources and the shift to electrification, VTEC is a leader in testing, evaluating, and demonstrating zero-emission vehicle technologies. Red River College is also very pleased to be a founding member of the Canadian Colleges for Resilient Recovery, or C2R2, a consortium of Canadian colleges, CEGEPs, and polytechnics focused on supporting Canada's transition to a clean economy. The Zero Emission Vehicle Technology Project that we're celebrating today is a collaborative initiative between Frontiers North Adventures, the Vehicle Technology Center, a non-profit dedicated to supporting Manitoba's heavy vehicle industry, and RRC's VTEC. We're pleased to share this project with you alongside a sneak peek of Motive Lab, an all-weather climactic chamber and chassis dynamometer test facility. I invite you to say that fast 10 times. A unique space within Western Canada. To start us off with the celebration, I now welcome the Honourable Sarah Guimard, Minister of Conservation and Climate, to the podium to say a few words about why projects like this are important for the future of Manitoba. Mr. Guimard?
Thank you very much for that, Dr. Watson, and thank you to the entire team who has worked on organizing today's announcement and worked on this project. It's pretty cool, I have to say, to be here and standing next to such a majestic vehicle. I hope to see it in its natural habitat at some point in the future. I too would like to start off by acknowledging that we are in Treaty 1 territory and that the land on which we are gathered today is the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji-Cree, Dakota, and Dene peoples, and on the homeland of the Métis Nation. I recently was involved in an event where I was reminded these are not just words. These are commitment to actions and to understanding over the years and through our hearts and through acknowledging the harms of the past so that we can restore a relationship for future successes for all peoples. I would like to applaud Frontiers North Adventures the Vehicle Technology Center, and Red River College for their sustainability leadership, including the transition to electric transportation that supports Manitoba's climate and green plan objectives. Our government's climate and green plan sets out a bold vision for Manitoba to become a climate leader. It lays out an ambitious plan to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, adapt to the changing climate, and build a prosperous green economy for both current and future generations to enjoy. In 2020, Manitoba launched the Conservation and Climate Fund, awarding grants to support 8 Manitoba-based projects to reduce emissions and build climate resiliency in alignment with our climate and green plan. Frontiers North Adventures EV Tundra Buggy project was one of the 8 successful grant recipients. Today we see firsthand the innovation and progress made through the collaboration of Frontiers North Adventures, the Vehicle Technology Center, and Red River College. We are so pleased that this initiative was made possible in part by the Government of Manitoba's Conservation and Climate Fund. Manitoba has been investing in green, sustainable transportation as a core sector of our economy. The investment in the EV Tundra Buggy is another step in this direction that includes support for active transportation infrastructure and programming. Our investments also includes our partnership with Red River College on the Efficient Trucking Program and provides rebates for fuel-saving technology and retrofits for heavy-duty vehicles. To date, approximately 70,000 tons of cumulative greenhouse gas emission reductions have been realized while building Manitoba's expertise in clean technologies and in green jobs. For the 2021 intake of the Conservation and Climate Fund, I am very pleased to share that we have increased the fund by an additional $400,000. This takes us to a total of $1 million to fund projects like this one that will support greenhouse gas emissions reduction and contribute to climate adaptation. We are excited to be a part of the EV Tundra Buggy project that will be field tested and operated in the northern Manitoba community of Churchill. This is an excellent clean technology project which reflects our collective action and leadership on sustainability. We look forward to our continued partnership with the Red River College, the Vehicle Technology Center, and Manitoba businesses, including Frontiers North Adventures, as we work together to achieve our vision of becoming Canada's cleanest, greenest, and most climate resilient province. Thank you. Merci. Miigwech.
Miigwech, Minister Meyer, and thank you for the additional support for projects such as this. It's so very important when our researchers at Red River College and industry come together to solve real problems. And I think that this is a great example of where we can do that successfully. After the United Nations' most recent report on climate change earlier this month, it's evident right now is a critical time to take action on creating a greener future. Of course, creating that future is a collective effort of individuals and organizations because everyone, including all of us here today, have a role to play. Collaboration was absolutely key in the EV Tundra Buggy project. And so I'm very pleased to introduce another partner in that project, the Vehicle Technology Center, or for short, the VTCI. The VTCI is a nonprofit organization that helps foster the continued success of Manitoba's heavy vehicle manufacturing sector by promoting the development and adoption of new technologies. The organization is governed by a board of representatives from major manufacturers within the industry, providing a forum for industry collaboration and identifying ways in which that collaboration can extend to industry and academia to improve technological capacity in Manitoba. I'd like to invite Ron Vanderwees, Program Director of VTCI, to the podium to give his remarks. Ron?
Good morning, and I must say it is nice to attend a live event for once. Thank you, Dr. Watson, and thanks to Red River College for hosting this event. Mr. Jimar, President Meyer, Elder Swan, Mr. Gunter, and the team from Frontiers North Adventures, and guests. We at the Vehicle Technology Center bring greetings and offer our congratulations on the achievement of converting the first of your fleet of diesel-powered Tundra buggies to zero-emission battery electric propulsion. The Vehicle Technology Center is a nonprofit group that is the meeting point of the heavy vehicle and equipment manufacturing sector in Manitoba. Since 2002, our mission is to ensure the ongoing competitiveness of the cluster through support of technological advancements in products and processes. One way we do this is by supporting the transition to zero emissions of large vehicles manufactured here in our province. In total, our sector contributes 11% to Manitoba's provincial exports and employs 11% of our manufacturing workforce. Our sector's products such as city and highway buses, agricultural tractors and ag equipment, fire trucks, snow clearing equipment, recreational vehicles, truck trailers, Tundra buggies and more are not only built here in Manitoba but are designed here as well, maintaining and creating important knowledge-based jobs for Manitoba. Through the VTCI Clean Technology and Advanced Manufacturing Program, supported by Prairie's Economic Development Canada and through Red River College, we're proud to have supported the conversion of this Tundra buggy to battery electric propulsion. The idea of utilizing zero carbon propulsion while enjoying the beauty of Canada's north seems like a natural match. Through this achievement, the team at Frontiers North has shown us that even though we have years of experience with and have come to rely on diesel-powered large vehicles, unfamiliarity with zero-emission technology in our product doesn't have to be a barrier to its integration, especially if we work together. Frontiers North Adventures' experience in Tundra buggy design, build, and operation, with their direct engagement in a research project with Red River College, and in some casual conversations they had with engineers at New Flyer who have leading-edge expertise in large vehicle battery electric propulsion, coupled with support of the Province Conservation and Climate Fund, as well as the Vehicle Technologies, Clean Technology and Advanced Manufacturing support, barriers to the adoption of this new technology were overcome, leading to the battery electric Tundra buggy we are celebrating today. When industry, academia, and government come together, look at what we can all achieve. Again, congratulations, and thank you for inviting us to speak.
Thanks, Ron. Red River College's Research, Partnerships and Innovation Enterprise works alongside industry to undertake applied research projects such as this one, as well as to provide training to implement sustainable solutions. And that extends from sectors from agriculture to food production to advanced manufacturing to building efficiency. To talk more about the college's connection to the EV Tundra Buggy project, I'd like to welcome Red River College's President and CEO, Fred Meyer. Fred?
Thank you very much, Christine, and I do want to recognize the Minister, Ron, John, and our entire team that's been working on this project as well. As Dr. Simon Potter, Director of our Research, Partnerships and Innovation, said when we first learned about the opportunity to unveil the EV Tundra Buggy, the project is a quintessential made in Manitoba story. The Tundra Buggy project has links to conservation, to tourism and environmental stewardship, highlighting the ability of industry partnerships to create positive impact in Manitoba for Manitobans through reducing environmental impacts and benefiting our local economy. Applied research is a big part of who we are and what we do at RRC to help support industry's needs as well as provide students with hands-on, real-world opportunities to learn. The opportunity to assist Frontiers North and project partners with testing and validating the Tundra Buggy conversion to battery electric meant leveraging the expertise of the Vehicle Technology and Energy Center, researchers, engineers, and technicians. This project also provided the opportunity for students in the Electrical Engineering Technology program to put their applied learning into practice, taking batteries that were generously provided by New Flyer Industries and repurposing them for use in the Tundra Buggy prototype. This specific project builds upon past research, testing, and demonstration VTEC has undertaken on the conversion of transit buses to electric. While working on applied research projects, it's as much as an opportunity for us to help provide knowledge and training to our industry partners as it's an opportunity for our researchers and students to learn and grow our in-house capabilities to further support innovation in Manitoba. By tapping into VTEC's in-house technical expertise, Frontiers North was able to confirm their vision of shifting from diesel to electric, which was feasible. At the college's dynamic research facilities and technology access centers, our goal is to support industry through finding solutions by providing access to emerging technologies and helping integrate these technologies through training and technical services. On behalf of the college, research partnerships and innovation, and the VTEC team, we are proud to play a small part of a larger project that has the potential to encourage and inspire Manitoba industry to take a step towards reducing their environmental footprint. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Fred. Our next guest, John Gunter, is the president and CEO of Frontiers North Adventures. I think many of us are familiar with Frontiers North, Canada's only travel and tourism certified B Corp. For more than 3 decades, Frontiers North has hosted one-of-a-kind experiences in Churchill, Manitoba, including dining under the northern lights, the chance to sing with belugas, and lock eyes with polar bears. And based on a friend who just came back from Churchill, I understand the belugas really like 80s music. Frontiers North are leaders in sustainable travel and stewards of the resources made available to them, and they passionately share those values with their guests. The development of the EV Tundra Buggy, which, as Fred mentioned, uses recycled e-bus batteries, highlights the commitment to protecting the subarctic landscape and reducing environmental impact. Frontiers North Adventures continues to forge ahead with their plans to convert their diesel-powered Tundra Buggy fleet to electric vehicles. On behalf of Frontiers North Adventures, I'd like to welcome John Gunter, President and CEO.
Thank you, Dr. Watson. In addition to this event occurring on Treaty 1 territory, our company operates, and this EV Tundra Buggy will roam within the original and traditional lands of the Cree, Dine, and Inuit, and on the homeland of the Métis Nation. The community of Churchill is on Treaty 5 territory and the homeland of the Métis Nation. Thanks to Elder Una, Dr. Watson, Minister Guillemard, Ron Vanderwees, Mr. Meyer, and also attending today are Minister Reyes and Mayor Spence. For years, our team has been imagining the possibility of an electric drive Tundra Buggy. It was only after a chance encounter in 2018 between myself and Ray Holmesen, the former Executive Director of Research, Partnerships, and Innovation here at Red River College, that a roadmap to what you see beside me here really became a reality. It's taken us more than 3 years to get to this point. The EV Tundra Buggy project would not have been possible without our partnerships with Red River College's VTEC team, the Vehicle Technology Center, Noble Northern, and support from Manitoba's Conservation and Climate Fund. Thank you all for your support along the way. At Frontiers North Adventures, we often talk about our purpose as a company and about our responsibility to share in the stewardship of the environments and communities in which we operate. We've been measuring our GHG emissions for years and estimate that in the next few months, during our upcoming autumn polar bear tour season, this EV Tundra Buggy will reduce our company's GHG emissions by 8.3 tons of carbon dioxide. As we continue to convert the remaining Tundra Buggies in our fleet, we estimate that our GHG emissions could be reduced by more than 3,600 tons of carbon dioxide over the next 25 years. For a small company like Frontiers North to be making meaningful reductions of this magnitude is pretty cool. I think we have an interesting Made in Manitoba story to share as well. This buggy is going to be powered by electricity generated only 400 kilometers south of Churchill at Manitoba Hydro's Kelsey generating station. At Frontiers North, we often pursue ideas that may not seem to make sense for a tourism company. Before saying yes to any idea, we ask ourselves how it, or any other project, may benefit our guests and our guests' experience with us. Some of our guests choose to travel with us specifically because of our stewardship purpose, and in this case, taking meaningful steps to reduce our carbon footprint. Some of our guests are less concerned with these actions. What everyone can agree upon is that navigating silently in a Tundra buggy under Churchill's Northern Lights and amongst Manitoba's wild polar bears is a remarkable tourism experience unique in the world, and one that Frontiers North Adventures is very happy to deliver. And here's my final thought. The point of this EV Tundra buggy is not to become the subject. The point of this EV Tundra buggy is to make it easier for machines and other distractions to fade into the background of any guest's wildlife experience in Churchill. Thank you.
Thank you, John. It's hard to think that any vehicle this size would fade into any background. Nonetheless, when we were in the green room, John was talking about how the polar bears used to be much larger than they are now, and that the resource that this EV Tundra buggy is designed to provide access to is also diminishing. And so it is through projects like this where we see the impact and the real impact of all of our footprints and all of our commitments to reducing climate change or reducing our impact on emissions that is really important and highlighted through today's project. We really thank you all for being here today, and thank you to everyone on our live stream today. As we navigate the urgency of climate change, the EV Tundra Buggy project could not have been unveiled at a timelier moment. Right now, as we collectively emerge from the effects of the pandemic, clean tech represents a clear path to economic recovery. This project highlights the importance and impacts of partnership and collaboration in order to find, evaluate, demonstrate, and implement sustainable solutions. Together, all of our partners, and proudly Red River College is one of them, were involved with and played an invaluable role to helping launch the EV Tundra Buggy and pave the way for others to consider and implement a shift to electrification themselves. Of course, events like this don't happen just by one person, and so I want to thank our wonderful events team at Red River, our health and safety team, and our applied research teams led by our manager, Jojo De Los Reyes, and our faculty and staff and our chair, Tom, through our transportation department. All of them came together to understand and recognize the importance not only of this project, but this event. So thank you to all of you for your support today. Before we conclude the announcement, I invite media for interviews with our guests. I'd like to invite the speakers back up front for a photo in front of the EV Tundra Buggy. And after the photo, I invite everyone to join in for some interactive experiences. We have VTEC staff available for our guests to tour through our motive lab, which is just over there, and answer any questions about converting the EV Tundra Buggy to electric or any of our VTEC research projects. The EV Tundra Buggy will soon begin its journey to Churchill for touring season. So on behalf of Frontiers North Adventures, we'd like to invite you to board the EV Tundra Buggy and get a closer look. If you'd like to get on, please fill out a waiver, and they're available at the sign-in table by the entrance. Thank you again for joining us today. I hope you take part in the interactive sessions, and we look forward to welcoming you back again into Red River College. For now, be safe, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Have a wonderful day. I'll invite the guests to come in front of the Tundra Buggy for a photo, please.
At least it wasn't.